big set, where them hands, where them holes, where them throws, you know what I'm saying?
So rather than me just reacting and commenting to this popular jujitsu video where the cop grabs the guy from the front and does a nice throw and takedown and then mounts him with some control, it's a very popular short that's going around YouTube right now. I want to show how those moves actually, to me, are an application of the opening moves of a form in Taekwondo called Juche. Let me explain it first. Instead of just thinking this as just punch, kick, strike, if you take the next move where the hands go on the hips, this is me doing this a few years ago. If you take the hands on the hips as wrist control, there, and then this next part, instead of thinking of this as like a double block, if you think of it as grabbing and pulling a person into you instead, and the hooking block, as we call it in Taekwondo, and punch, if you think of that as grabbing a person, and you think of a person as in the hands rather than just striking the air, that you're grabbing to reach around a person. Now that part right there, if you don't think of that as a kick, but think of that as stepping over a torso, and keep in mind while you're doing this, you're not standing up, you're laying face down towards the ground. I'll keep the hook kick in there. If you think of it that way, then you actually would be able to apply it like the moves are used in the short. So let's take a look. Warning, sensitive ears, there is foul language. I apologize. I may not be able to get it all out.
This cop definitely trains.
Hands here at the waist.
Double wrist control, pummels in the underhook, and hits.
So that's hands here at the waist. Grabbing the guy, first the grab, and then reaching out here. Instead of doing it as punching, do it as grab. See how one hand's open, that would be like the hook, the hooking block. And then this hand that's lower is just like the punch that's grabbing.
Hits a seamless throw right onto that dirty ass mildew cigarette. Just straight staph infection.
Notice how the legs are far apart, just like you're doing when you're doing the form. And your legs are far apart there.
Rug. Now he locks up the Kimura though. That dude's no newbie.
And see, instead of taking that as I'm going to kick out and hold my leg and move around, interpret that as, hey, this is a reminder of after you get a hold, come here, grab the wrist, pull them closer to you, reach around, and use that to grab the guy, put him in an arm lock. He's calling it the Kimura. Then, after you struggle with the person, instead of thinking of it as foot control, swing your leg over the person and get a hold of them to get control.
Steps over to the mount.
And that's one way of, because a lot of people say in a lot of your forms that they're not just for grappling. I mean, that they're not just for striking, they're grappling applications. So, to me, I think there's a grappling application of the Taekwondo form called Juche. Write what you think below. Peace.